Okay, we are live at 5. Oh my gosh, I look so big in this picture. Woo! I need to turn that light on, or it's gonna be just make me look like an angel halo over my head. All right. That's better, yes. Okay, and we can see me. Ooh. Hi, everybody. My name's Isla, and I'm a certified hypnotherapist, and this is Live at 5, and I am your host, Most Things Hypnosis. And I wanted to bring in where'd it go? Okay, bring in a funny for today, and I haven't found one yet. So if you have a funny, bring in a funny. I was thinking about telling an old joke that my mother told me when I was a kid, but it's kind of corny, very corny. I don't know. Maybe next time I'll have to think about it. But so my book for today is I'm in therapy to learn how to deal with people who should be in therapy. I don't know if that's funny, but it's probably realistic, right? Actually, I'm fine. I just like to have a place where I'm allowed on the couch. Some people just love my happy chair. Okay, well, it's kind of an expensive happy chair. Wouldn't you think it'd be easier to just go buy yourself and do this at home? Well, if you want, otherwise, come and see me. And how's everyone's day going? I hope well. I have been, I don't know if I'm allowed to minimize that. Go ahead, Robert. You were going to say something?
Oh, well, yeah, my day's going good so far. But I had a joke about Easter, but I think we'll just pass over that.
I haven't hit the record button yet, so go ahead.
I did. I have a joke about Easter, but we'll pass over that.
Oh.
Oh, it's a tough crowd today, a tough crowd.
Oh, that's a knee slapper, I'm telling you. I'm like, it just whoop right over my head. It passed right over me too. Jeez, that was a good one.
So
Today is about positive. What?
I was just about to say, what's on today's menu?
Today's menu is the power of positivity, belief on positive thinking. And I got to put my cheaters on. And I didn't type up my notes, I wrote them. It's not going to be very long. I do have a client coming in a little while, so actually that's good. It was kind of a last minute thing. So limiting beliefs, I kind of want to go over limiting beliefs. So if you're watching this, see, Santa here knows all about limiting beliefs, and he's going to be able to, relate to the limiting beliefs that we have. Okay, hang on. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. This is my client. I'm just confirming her appointment. Okay. So it's one of those last minute desperate moments. She has to come see me. Okay. But there are no hypnotherapy emergencies, or are there? Is that a limiting belief that I have, that there are no hypnotherapy emergencies? What do you think, Robert?
Oh yeah, I get them quite a bit.
Yeah.
I've also done a lot. I've done a handful of emergency room sessions as well.
Well, those I can see as being emergency, but just like someone calling you at 2 a.m, I need to see you right now. Yeah.
Well, as of right now, I haven't had any late night calls, but I have gotten a few of the, hey, I'm not feeling well. I'm going to the hospital. Can you meet me there? Help me with the pain or whatever.
Right. Yeah. No, I understand that one.
I did have a friend who needed a ride to a medical appointment, and she was claustrophobic, and it was an MRI thing. Ooh. We got to the doctor's office, very noisy. I put her in trance, did the number on her. She came out. She was still in trance. I brought her out of trance, and she's been
happy camper
ever since.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. So limiting beliefs is believing something you wish you didn't. That's really a limiting belief. Believing that you're no good or not worth it, and you wish you didn't believe that about yourself. There's lots of limiting beliefs. Believing, a lot of people develop belief systems based on how they were raised, where they went to church, or whatever. It's could be just a demographic thing or whatever. Some people believe you're going to get sick if you eat certain foods, etc. So, or that you'll be punished for eating certain foods in certain religions. And those are all their beliefs. Some people believe them and they're fine with it. And some people believe things and they wish they didn't believe them. And that is a limiting belief. Something you wish, oh, I already wrote that. So it's like I already got my definition. Success scare. What if you believe you are headed to success? Success. And this is something I kind of struggle a little bit with. So I've got this, and I wrote this down. I need to preach to the choir here. A list. You got the pros and the cons. If you're successful, what happens? What happens? What are the good and the bad and the ugly that happens when you become successful? And then you have to define before that what your success means to you. Is success all about having money? Is success all about just making $12,000 or $20,000 a month? And it's like, are you successful bringing in that money? Is it just about income? Is success to you about, having a happy, joyful life? Everybody's a little different, but what is that? So once you realize what success is to you, and you're not there yet, but you know all the steps to take to get there, what's resisting? What's causing you to not have your belief system? Why do you believe what's happening? If I can't be successful, no, I can be successful. I want to be successful. I'm just scared to be successful. So what are the pros and cons? Your pros and cons. What happens when you become successful? That's something that can be hurt people. They're just not sure. So like one thing I've said before, what if in my world of hypnotherapy, and there's thousands of us out there, and all of a sudden you graduate from hypnotherapy college. I went to Hypnosis Motivation Institute in Tarzana, California. But if we all when you graduate, and then the very next week on Monday, you have a full 30 client schedule done. You are just there. You're gonna burn out by the end of the week and be scared. Now, your bank account will go up, no doubt, but you will probably get freaked out because it's like, oh no, what do I do? All these people, and you weren't prepared, you weren't ready for it. So one of the things that I always encourage, even people who are doing their internship, is see as many clients as you possibly can before you get out of school, as often as you can. Okay. And then let's talk a little bit. We're going to get into the positive thinking here in a minute, but what are your feelings about power, the power you have? Do you think positive thinking creates power? Then on the other side, does negative thinking create power? I think there's a yes on both of those, but hear me out. If I'm thinking positively, and let's say my subconscious mind has this power of at least 88%, it controls the show, and I've got positive thinking going on, it's 88% positive thinking, and I'm being successful in my thinking. Can I not be just as successful in my negative thinking as most people tend to do? Because the mind is looking for what is going to hurt them, not help them. That's how we're wired. We're wired, the subconscious mind's looking for what's going to hurt us. Imagine, that's why we slow down for traffic accidents, not just as a looky-loo, but the mind wants to know if there's something that's going to hurt it. Because if it's not true, then why don't we slow down for beautiful sunsets when we're driving 80 miles an hour down the road? Why can't we do that? Why can't we stop and smell the roses? Because that doesn't hurt us. So let's look for things that help us and supposed to hurt us. To hurt us, it's always going to be there. So you might as well, your mind is going to protect, show you and help create that fight or flight state if that, if something dangerous comes up. So it's almost like you don't have to worry about it. Power is good. People have a tendency to feel inferiority feelings. Why do I feel like this? A lot of times it could be from past experiences. Reinventing yourself. I'm too old. I'm not 40. I'm 50. Whatever your age is, you're too old to just, go and reinvent yourself and to do something new. Well, that's BS. I was 52 when I started hypnotherapy college. And I am a sign language interpreter, and I decided that that wasn't my calling. I was in law school at the time thinking being an advocate for the deaf and helping them in law would be my calling. And it's almost like it was almost, but when I got into hypnotherapy, hands down, my calling. So I had to learn to reinvent myself at 52. And that's been 6 years. So you can do your math. Go ahead, Robert.
I was just wondering, with the fear of success, that's a lot of people who haven't had success or they were raised to believe they couldn't be successful. So if they do find success, imposter syndrome comes in. Now, you are a successful hypnotherapist. Me, not so much so far. In your life leading up to your hypnotherapy business, did you have a lot of success in other things that you did?
I did. I did. I had another business in the early 2000s. No idea what I was doing. I did get a little bit of help to get started, but she handed me a website and I had no money. PayPal was kind of new still. And I attached to PayPal. So people had to buy the product, pay for it, and then I shipped it to them. And I did that for 3 years. And so I remember this distinctly because it was March of 2003. I got, okay, I'm in business for myself. It just happened. It slammed on me like overnight. And they had to pay for the product. I sold textiles, fabric online all over the world. So they found, and I was one of the first people to put it up online as it is now. So it was kind of cool. So they buy the fabric and then I get an order and I ship it out. My garage had like 10,000 yards at any given time of different fabric. So that first year from March to December, I revenued about 40 grand in sales. The next year I quadrupled that number. So my success was getting bigger and bigger. The third year I was going to be hitting over 275,000 and I'm a one-woman show. It's like I had 3 kids that helped sometimes, but I didn't want their life to be textiles. So I did end up selling my business, but it was like I was successful in that. And it's funny. Now, here's something that you're going to raise an eyebrow. I restarted after the pandemic my hypnotherapy practice in March of 2021. That was March of 2003, and this was March of 2021. From March to December of 21, my revenue was almost $40,000. And I had nothing to start with. It's like, wow. The second year I didn't quadruple it. Darn it. It would have been nice. But I did more than double it. But it was like, wow, what I don't know what my niche, that little X factor is about it. I wasn't very successful in school until I went to hypnotherapy college. I was very successful because I think I found my niche in that. But I have been successful in that, but I never knew it. I never looked at it like success. I think that's where you're getting at. It was just, I needed a job, and this was a way to get money to put food in the house and gas in the car and pay some bills.
See, the main thing with success, though, is that you've had previous success. So you have that success mindset, whereas a lot of other people try something, they fail at it, and then they get gun shy the rest of the time. It's like, oh, I'm going to fail, or I tried that once before and that didn't work, or whatever.
Yeah. My hogwash on the failure, because it's not failure. What is it?
Feedback.
Another F word. It's a feedback. Because if we had failure, we wouldn't have the successes in our world that we have right now. You know, from the computer, how many times did they fail before they got this computer down to where it's one, my computer weighs 2 pounds, you know, and 15 years ago, my computer, well, 2003, 20 years ago, my computer probably weighed 15 pounds. You know, it's like they've learned to, you know, there were some just learning feedback over and over and over again. What works? The light bulb with Thomas Edison. How many failures? He didn't have failures. He just learned over 200 ways not to do it. So you learn ways not to do something, and then you learn the way that does work, and then you're done. You just keep, you know, that. Success, I never looked at myself as being successful, just diligent and tenacious. I like working for myself a lot. I don't know if I could work for somebody else anymore because I have my own way of doing things. So, I mean, I would. I mean, it'd humble me. I no longer my agenda would matter. Somebody else's agenda would matter. So yeah, but success can be if you've never had it, or if you've had it and you've lost it, and you're afraid, you're just afraid to move forward in it. It can be daunting, be very daunting. Good point. But it's okay to reinvent yourself. By the way, I don't care how old you are. Someone wants to, let's see. Some want the positive thinking and believe they have, but fail to recognize they fume and fret when things are not going their way. They get agitated. So you're living in a positive thinking bubble, and all of a sudden, this is going well, this is going well, this is going well, and you get pissed off. Instead of keeping that positive bubble going, you slide into pissed off. You slide into that negative thinking because, well, shit, it didn't work. I might as well just give up. All your limiting beliefs come back. Collapse the limiting beliefs that's not going to happen. So, but don't fume and fret. Fretting is kind of a childish behavior. Don't be childish. Being misunderstood or revengeful or agitated because something didn't go your way, or something you didn't like how things went. You had your perspective and point of view of how something happened, and so does the other people's that were involved or whatever have their point of view of how something happened. So it's staying in that positive mindset in order to continue to be that positive person. All right. So I have more stuff. I was looking at, by the way, I want to share this. Joseph Murphy, he has this book called The Miracle Power of Your Mind. And I was looking up information about amputation. And he writes here that a cripple is not instantly healed because of his or your belief. If a man's leg is amputated, the reason he does not grow another leg is because his father and mother, the authorities of certain textbooks, plus tradition and race of belief, all contributed to the false belief and teaching and received as a child. He holds a firm conviction within himself now that God cannot grow another leg for him. He believes firmly that nothing can be done for me except to wear an artificial leg. And Joseph Murphy doesn't necessarily believe that. As a matter of fact, he believes the opposite. He believes you can have a regrowth of your limbs. No one's ever done it. I guess not well. Some have. There's some speculative, whatever. Okay, so now positive thinking has to go in with also how do you get there? I use affirmations. Affirmations are positive phrases. You can make them up as you go, things that resonate with you. So an affirmation would be more like, I am healthy, wealthy, and happy. I am happy, but it's an I am, I have, this is, as if it's happening right now in your own little mind, and not tomorrow, not in the future, not in the past, but right now. So you want to make sure that you are in that right mindset. I'm trying to close some windows here so I can see what's going on. So affirmations have power that can change your life. There's an author, he wrote a book called The 100. His name is Jorge Cruz. And he said it saved his life. Affirmations saved his life. You know, having that positive, constantly filling your mind with positive thoughts, positive, continuing, just being positive, you tend to become such a part of you that if it's not positive, you immediately notice it and you can dismiss it. It's like counterfeit money. When a banker or somebody at Treasury, how do you learn what counterfeit money is? By knowing the real thing so well that if it isn't that, it's counterfeit. So the same holds true to your positivity. How do I know if I'm feeling negative? Because if it isn't what you're feeling is positive, appreciation, kindness, whatever that is, then it's not. If it's not that, then it's something else. And that's when you can nip stuff like that in the bud. Nip it in the bud. So jotting down a few keywords about how you would like to feel regarding main areas of your life. You know, like wealth, how do you feel about abundance, health, well-being, happiness, confidence, love, relationship, success, career, etc. Do you yearn for a greater sense of serenity, happiness, security, freedom, fun, passion, confidence, trust, or strength? And I'm reading this from a book called Affirmations, The Power of Affirmations and the Secret to Their Success, plus 1,000 affirmations to train on.
Who's the author?
Author is, good question, hang on, I'm getting there. It is by The Secret of Their Success. It does not have, Louise Stapley, Stapley. Louise Stapley. It's a cool book. It has just a lot of good information. As I'm looking through my library today, I'm like, wow, I got a lot of good books. I'm reading pieces out of them as I go along. Being eager to achieve your goals quickly and easily, you can do. Now, some things that I personally struggle with is trying to move forward, because not procrastination. I think there's a little resistance. I don't want to forsake other responsibilities in my life for my business, but maybe I need to feel like I know I have the freedom to move forward. I know it, but for some reason I feel stifled that I can't use that freedom to help me. So I tend to hold back. And let's see, are you capable? Let's see, soften rough edges. You can there's all kinds of different ways in this book how to help yourself. As I look around the identity of a goal, that talking about affirmations, you can look at the laying or foundation of the goal, and then it's not a very long, but it's like 100 pages or less or whatever. It gives you a lot of good ways to look at goals and affirmations. Completely love and accept yourself. Choosing to loving yourself is probably the number one area to get a hold of. Can you look at yourself in the mirror and tell you that you love yourself and feel it and mean it and be okay with it and not feel weird about it? Takes a little bit of practice, but it can happen. Okay. And do you have any questions there, Mr. Audience?
Nothing I can think of offhand, except for how do you get someone with
Into
the imposter
positivity.
syndrome, with the fear of success?
So I would
How do you get them
probably,
to take that first step?
yeah, it depends on where they are. A lot of questions, what do you mean you're afraid of success? I go over what success means to them. How would you like to feel? And so how would you like success to feel? And I will use those specific words in a hypnotic state to help penetrate and, add some beautiful affirmations along with it. Some people who are afraid of success don't believe that it's okay to have money, that it might be I can't have money. Well, I know one thing and this may not be true, this might just be an old cliche, I don't have $1 million right now because I can't be trusted with it. And maybe on that sentiment, some people don't feel like they can be trusted with, a large sum of money because of the way they've viewed money and worked with money in the past. Being pessimistic is more of a natural state that people have. Having doubt is a natural state that people have. But all of that doubt, if you're constantly in a state of pessimism, doubt, discomfort, anxiety, those are things, if you're always in that mindset, that literally is bringing emotional pleasure to the subconscious mind, because that's just the comfort zone you're in. If you want to, it's going to feel different. It's like taking your fingers and locking them in and then moving them over one place, moving them over two place, and living this way. This is not as comfortable, but there's nothing wrong with it. It'll take a while to get used to it. So having that mindset, okay, this is what's going on. This is my comfort zone. I need to get out of that comfort zone and create a new life script, a new comfort zone. And on that note, every third Wednesday of the month, I have it's a seminar on success is not by accident. Gosh, I can't get my words out today. If you're interested in that, just give me a ring, or just send your text message over to me. It's in the comments on the YouTube channel where this is being recorded, and just ask about it and I'll send you the link. It's free. I just have it on Eventbrite. Success is not by accident. And I can't remember what name I gave it. Free success seminar.eventbrite.com, I believe. But anyway, if you're interested, it's free. It's the third Wednesday at 6 p.m. It's virtual, and it's California time. It's about 2 hours. And if you want to learn more about that and positive thinking, it's all about positive thinking. Try to change things. Whenever something goes awry that's not positive, well, make a change. Think about it. What can I do to make this better? So it kind of will work in that respect. What can I do? How can I turn this and make this light shine in a different way? Sometimes journaling will help. Oh my gosh, it'll help a tremendous amount. It clears that crap out of your mind and gets you into a better state of mind. So more good stuff can come in. So that's my 30 minutes today. And I was going to do something else today, but positive just kind of jumped at me today. But don't forget to tune in on Roku, the Austin Reed Network, to watch my new show. It's pre-recorded. It's called News in Hypnosis, and I've done 5 episodes so far on the subconscious mind, tinnitus, smoking, cancer, and pain management, all how hypnosis can help with all of that. And then I'll be doing those are 5. So I have 7 more episodes I'll be doing before I decide whether or not I'm going to keep it going. But for now, I've got 12 episodes. I'm going to be working with in the next 7 weeks, law of attraction, anxiety. I'm going to again go into the positive power of thinking. Might go into some self-hypnosis, overthinking, journaling. I got a list here. So over the coming weeks. But this Saturday, they will be streaming on the Austin Reed Network on Roku and Amazon Fire. So go watch my episodes. They're about 30 minutes long. And tell me what you think. It's actually in a studio, a real studio. And I have a lot of fun with it. This is in my office. This is just me on YouTube in my office having a good time. All right, I'm going to sign out. People are showing up in my office, and I got another appointment coming in. So take care, everybody. Let's yap it up next week. And I don't know what next week's subject's going to be. I'll have to confer with Santa on this one. I'm going to make you my co-host.
Oh.
All right, you take care, and we'll reaching out. Talk to everyone later. Bye. Thank you.